Hello there. Welcome to Tech Talk Weekly. I'm Bob from Creation Station. This is our weekly show where we find 2 to 3 cool tech stories, give you something interesting about the library, and send you on your way in 15 to 20 minutes every week. If you've got any ideas that you want us to highlight on the show, Creation Station at broward.org comes right to us. And today, this week, we've got Yrenes Guilarte from Lauderhill Town Center, right?
Hello.
I got the
Yes.
branch right? Yes. Okay, good.
Right.
Good. We have 36 branches here, folks. In case you haven't noticed, we have a lot of different people out here. So always fumbling sometimes. It's a standard thing, I think, with the L's, right there, Yrenes?
So 2 L's is Guilarte. 1 L is just pronounced the same way. Guilarte.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, beautiful. Thank you.
Little language lesson for the day.
It's excellent. How are you doing out there today?
Everything's great. How's everything over there?
Wonderful. We've been noticing the buildings are getting busier. It's been interesting to see.
Yes. Our
We've
kids
had a lot of work crews coming through the building doing updates and all the stuff too. So it's been a lot of fun. But we got some really interesting stories to talk about this week. Most weeks we do, but I think that this week we've got some really interesting ones. So I want to get us started off. Let me bring up our browser for everybody. The first story on the list was seemingly really simple. It's just an app that you get on your phone. But for the first time, without any fancy things that you need, across all platforms, you can actually use augmented reality and play back and forth to help somebody remotely do stuff.
Yes. Super cool.
And we've done this in Creation Station before, but we're using the $3,000 HoloLens gear to be able to do that, not just your phone, which is an amazing thing. So all this does is you both have to fire up the same app, understandably, but then when you're using it, you can just see what the other person is using on their screen. You can highlight their screen to point out, yes, this button right here, the example they use in the article, and we'll have all these articles in the show notes for you, is how to change out a printer cartridge. And you could say, no, this lever number 4 over here, not that one over on the right, the one on the left. And you can put up the little emojis, thumbs up and everything like that. How many times would this have been useful for you trying to fix somebody's stuff or have somebody help you fix your tech stuff at home?
I'm usually the one saying, point it here. Let me see what you're looking at. Let's see what we have to click on. So yes, this would have been very useful, extremely useful. Though I can see how if you don't have super tech savvy people you're helping, you might have to walk them through flipping the camera over, for example. Like all I can see is your face, point it the other way.
Yeah, but it's true. And in the article they go through, they've done some I just zoomed right past, like they've done some of the things with the 3D emojis that I agree with the article. I'm like, do you really need to be 3D in this case? I'm perfectly happy with being able to just see the thumbs up or thumbs down, but it's a fun, cool little thing. But I wanted to highlight that out there because this is the first cross-platform one I've seen that you can use on any device and do all the stuff. So that was fun.
Yeah, I can see integrating it into
tell me.
No, just remote reference. I was saying I can see integrating it into that and being able to say, computer, download this.
Yes, exactly. That would be an amazing thing. You're right. I wonder if it can do I didn't think about that. If you can do screen sharing on the actual device.
Yeah.
Like if a customer had their iPad up and we could look at the iPad and show them, here, no, pick this thing.
Yes.
That's an excellent idea. Even better use out of these things.
Hopefully they take it and run with it.
Yes. Then there's another news story that came out yesterday or 2 days ago, and it's something that went live today from Amazon. So most people hopefully know we've got all sorts of Amazon Echo Dots out on all of our public service points. This article does not apply directly to the library. That's not why I'm showing it here. But if you have kids who you want to learn how to read, which were libraries, we all kind of want this thing.
Absolutely.
So Amazon rolled out a new service called Reading Sidekick. And what this does is it works to where Alexa, and I'm sorry, I'm setting off everybody's echoes right now at home or whatever, but the A word, and she will read out loud. The child has options, whether you want the echo to read all of the book or to share it or for the child to read more. And the echo will listen to your child reading and give pronunciation corrections and go back and forth and read and do some stuff. So it's a great idea, I think. What do you think?
I think it's a great idea because, like we were discussing a minute ago, we have a Wags and Tails program here at the library where kids read to dogs, and just having something else that they can read to and practice with and also get feedback. I think that's a really, really cool innovation.
But the problems here are, now let's go into some of these ideas. I've talked with a lot of the youth services librarians here the last couple of days about this. So they're worried about intonation, being able to present properly and do. Really quick anecdote. I started reading the Harry Potter books to my wife, and I read book one to her, and she was like, "Oh, this is lovely." And I got book two for her, and I started reading it for her. And then I made the mistake of buying her the CDs. And the next time I tried to read them to her, she's like, "Oh, no, 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 you have to do the voices." And I'm like, "Hello, I am not the kind of person who could just act this out. I'm sorry, that's not me." The guy who does those is an amazing voice actor, by the way. So there is that. So it's going to be just her voice. And if you've interacted with Alexa before and your echoes, you know she's not necessarily the most expressively out there person.
Very true. Very true. So they might lose interest a
I
little
don't know if
sooner
they
than
would
they
lose
did.
interest or not. I'm not certain because, and here's what came up in part of our conversations. This is available to people who have an Amazon Echo, and then you also have to have children, or you have the intention of having children around using them, and you have to subscribe to the voice profiles for kids and or to the Amazon Kids things. You have to pay for that. And then you have all the other issues to go through. So it's a really select audience. Now, on the other hand, the reason I still think this is overall a net good thing, one, it convinces people to help read with their kids because you all of a sudden maybe want to be paying attention to what your kid's reading even more
True.
now.
True.
And this works with hundreds of different books, both in print and in Kindle version, which means you come to the library, check out the book, and read with have your child read with the echo, or you can read with your child and the echo at the same time, and then it's a win-win. You get all these hundreds of books for free from your library and go back and read them. Now, I'll put the reading sidekick page up in our notes for you, everything. And they've got a wide variety of, books here and stuff that everybody's, Chicka Chicka Boom Boom and all the things everybody's familiar with, Stone Soup and all those things, things for some of the developed readers, biographies and stuff like that. So there's some really good quality reading material here. Unfortunately, to get the entire list of all the books, you actually have to subscribe to the kids thing because it's a part of the parents' dashboard as the kids' device. So it's a mixed bag, but I'm going to go with a half full, at least on this, to quote a different podcast that I listen to. I'm going to go with half full on this one.
You know what I'm curious about? If I don't know how strict they are with the child requirement, but say if I was someone learning English for the first time and I want
100% you
to,
can. Yes.
yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, yeah,
That's
yeah.
cool because as an adult, yeah, you can navigate the portal easily and get the
Mhm.
benefit.
Yeah, the advantage of the kids, of using the Echo Kids device or having a kids account set up, is that it restricts their usage. You can restrict by time, by what they can do, so you can make sure that they're not getting into inappropriate content or using it. Again, it's a mixed bag. As the parent, you can now control, no, I don't want my kid reading until midnight every night. Me personally, with the flashlight and the book, I kind of wanted to be reading until midnight. So what are you doing? So Yeah, there's those things there. You were a reader at night, weren't you?
Oh yeah, I think we all were. It's like a requirement to become a librarian.
Uh-huh. I think so too. I think the whole, oh, you want to work in the library because you love to read. Well, I don't get to read at all at work, but yeah, I like to read. We do have one more story to cover, and I know this sounds crazy to most people, that silk. Did you get a chance to read this whole article?
I did. I did.
Isn't
It was
isn't it
interesting.
did isn't it much more amazing than you thought? I was like,
Yeah.
wow,
I
huh,
mean, specifically
wait a
the part
minute.
about eating silk, no idea that was a possibility.
No. So let's go through this. So silk is this really wonderful material that's created in nature by silkworms or by spiders. And by the way, spiders actually create multiple kinds of silk at the same time and shoot it out of different parts of their butt, apparently. And it's crazy. Um, but they've actually created the article starts off on a really strange note where they bioengineered some goats that could actually use their milk created silk from. So it was a crazy idea. How I actually found this article was I was doing some research on plastics for something else, and it turns out that this is the one thing that might be able to overtake plastics
Oh, interesting. Especially
because
because
it's
it's like biodegradable.
exactly 100%. So this is one of those things that if they can successfully mass produce it, they figured out how to do a lot of this stuff with silk in the lab or as a one-off type of thing, making clothing, making healthcare. We're going to get into the healthcare bit in just a minute. But just the idea that you could create this sort of stuff and then let it just be there as your covering. Like you could use this to cover fruit or
Hmm.
as packaging and all these things because it keeps out stuff. And then, like you mentioned, you could just eat it. You just
Hmm.
wash it in the sink like normal. You're not washing the silk off. You're just washing any miscellaneous dirt off, and then just eat your. In the case they use here, strawberries or whatever like that. So it's
It's amazing.
yeah, not quite Spider-Man amazing stuff yet, but we're getting really there, aren't we?
Well, they were talking about creating a stronger bungee rope.
Uh-huh.
So, I mean, we're halfway there.
Yeah. And then the other part was all the medical stuff. So it turns out that if you use spider silk to create pathways, it's much more like creating a ladder, or something like that, or a matrix that your regular cells grow into and around to fill in. And now you can actually, instead of having to put metal plates in your leg, knee, all those things, or artificial stuff, you could actually just use this and build it and let the body regrow right around it.
Hmm.
And I'm
Hmm.
like, wow. Now, this is a really, really long article, folks. This is a deep dive into something that I was just like, wow. Okay, wow. Okay, wow. Wait, what? What? And here's a picture of the silkworm things. And this is actually how I stumbled upon this article. Was as I was saying, I was doing a research on plastics, and this article comes up where we've created our silkworm things that are just like plastic pellets, where we can ship them all around the world easily and quickly. And I was like, wait, what? We're making what?
Yeah, no, it's really cool. And the part where they said that they can adjust how long it'll be viable for, so you can have it, say, in your joint or your arm for 2 years or like 2 weeks.
Yeah,
That blew my mind.
yeah. That bioengineering has come so far now.
Yeah.
And so some of this stuff, one of the reasons this article goes really far is because it covers things from back in the 90s all the way up to 2016, 2019 of new things that are happening and going. And the phase one human studies are scheduled to start next year in 2022. They've already been doing the medical studies in animals for the last couple of years. So this is like all the way through and past to like now. And it's just, I was amazed. I was just like, wow, wow, wow.
Yeah. It's
And
a
they can't
really
farm
interesting
for,
read.
yeah, They can't farm spiders yet. Silkworm, yes, but not spiders. And I wonder why. I wonder if it's just a practicality thing of being able to farm spiders.
I don't
So
know. What would be the difference between spiders and silkworms? Like,
no clue.
I don't see. Yeah, I don't know.
Unless maybe it's milking the spiders to get their silk out of them.
Maybe. I don't
Maybe
know.
that's the thing. Yeah, they don't go into that in the article,
Mm.
and we just don't know where that actual part is. But
No,
this
but
was, yeah.
there was one part in the article where they were talking about how they retrieved this spider silk, and
Hmm.
they had webs, and they just took the web
Yep.
out of the spider's habitat. So
Yeah.
presumably they're not milking the spiders, hopefully.
Yeah. No, no, not milking it that way. No, no, no. Yeah. Get really tiny little hands and get in there. Yeah.
Can you
No.
imagine?
Yeah. Having to use, oh my goodness, trying to
What a
use
terrible job.
tweezers or something. Oh, that would just be crazy. But this has been going on all over the country, Michigan, Montana, Idaho, uh, Canada, Massachusetts. There were some really fun things. So I just wanted to share the story because this is like, wow, wow, this is what science should be doing for us. This is the kind of fun research thing that people can really get into. And if you don't know about it, you don't even know that there's a chance to go find these kinds of things.
Science.
Yes. We already flew right on through this. Thank you so much for being here. I want to highlight our summer learning program because we always do that here. Broward.org/library/summer. There's still plenty of time. Yrenes was just featured on our unboxing program. Was it yesterday or the day before? For all
Yesterday.
the prizes that people can win, highlighted some of the new stuff for July that's coming up. It's an all summer long thing, folks. So whether you're an adult, whether you're a kid, a teen, come on in, sign up, hit your beanstack, do all these things, earn some free prizes. Uranus was modeling some nice earbuds yesterday. It was a lot of fun for that kind of stuff. So thank you for doing those things too for us.
You're welcome.
And what's going on out there at your branch?
So I wanted to talk about also related to summer. I'm from the Lauderhill Town Center branch, and we are doing one program this summer, which is called Puppy Pals. It's for all ages. It's up on our screen right now. It's going to be Saturday, July 31st from 1 to 2 o'clock. We're hosting it through Zoom, I believe, but it's just a one-click. You register and then you're in. And it's going to be amazing. So for all ages, they were featured once on America's Got Talent, if that tells you how skilled these
Nice.
dogs are. Yeah. So they're rescue dogs, mostly rescue dogs, and they're doing all kinds of stunts. So they're climbing ladders, they're flipping backwards, they're jumping through hoops. It's going to be really cool, and I think all members of the family will enjoy it. So please join us.
That'll be very cool. That'll be a lot of fun. And
Yeah.
it's just on a Saturday afternoon. It's going to be at the end of summer. It's going to be hot or raining out. Come on, guys. You know you need something fun to come in and do. Check us out and come do that.
Yeah. Stay inside for an hour. Grab some
Yeah,
ice cream.
it'll be great. It'll be an awesome thing. Thank you so much for being here.
So, it was
What's
fun.
going on? Yeah, what else is going to be happening out there besides summer? What's going on out at your branch? How are the everything happening out there?
So our kids, like I said, are slowly coming back. So we are here helping them, finding books, helping them get onto the computers, helping them navigate the summer learning program, helping our adults get back to work, and doing all those applications that they need help
Yeah.
with. So we're here. We're ready to help. Come back in.
Thank you.
Mhm.
I'm going to go, let's put up our final slide here. And again, thank you everybody for tuning in today or during the week. Since this is why we put it out there, so you can watch us at any time during the week. Creation Station at Broward.org comes right to me. If you have your favorite library or librarian you want to see featured, or if there's a news story that you have, let me know and we'll put it back on there. She's already lobbying for a second try. Come on back in. Thank you again. We'll see y'all next week.